Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. Today I am going to do a great idea that my husband had. He said, well, instead of having one pick a card, why don't you have them pick two cards? Have them pick from the first group, which is regular tarot, and the second, which is the sexual magic cards. Because what I'm basing this read on is, what do they find sexy about me? What is appealing about me to them, to whether it's an observer, people on the street, your significant other, your soulmate, your twin flame, your spouse, whatever. What is appealing to you? And I have to share something funny. I just did half of this taping without my camera on. It was so funny. I'm like, well, now I know exactly where the energies are going, and my tarot cat is trying to join in. Sit down. And Poots. This is Pooch, she's my baby. And so I'm gonna hop right to it because I'm doing some life coaching things, and I do little webinars and stuff. So I just have so much stuff popping today, but I'm like, that is the best thing. I want to do this. This reading sounds so great. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick a 1, 2, 3 as your first, and then you're going to pick a 4, 5, 6 as your second. So you're going to do like a 1 and a 4 and a 2 and a 5 or a 3 and a 6, like that. So if you want to make your selection on your numbers, the cat is literally laying on the edge of the thing and pulling everything towards her. I swear, it's been such a day. I'm so happy because things are manifesting for me. And you guys, I want to thank you so much for all your likes and subscribes and comments. You guys are leaving the most beautiful comments. Somebody left this comment that it almost made me tear up. He said, "You speak my every language." And it was so lovely, and just other notions along that line, and everyone just saying, you have great energy and you're so cheerful and adorable and just lovely life enhancing, spiritual lifting up things. So thank you guys. I can't thank you enough because everything is really taking off. I mean, it's the viewership, the subscriptions, everything is fantastic. Private reads, I'm here for you guys, and I'm committed. And then because this is my soul's purpose and it's something I'm meant to do along with my coaching and my creative endeavors, it's like I wake up super stoked every day, and I can't wait to just start the reads. So I'm going to do just that. I'm going to start with one. So if you've made your selection, I'm going to start. And again, what do they find sexy about me? Let me see. So 9 of Swords and 5 of Swords. That's very simple then, especially with all those swords. What they find sexy about you is your brain. Swords are about ideas. I feel like you're a very heavy, clear thinker. However, with this, I feel like in your group right now, you have some detractors in the world of jealousy and envy, because you come to conclusions, ideas, and you can fix things easily. There's some envy for people that don't have that. I feel like you're also physically attractive, and they have an issue with that because a lot of people are insecure or they are not self-aware, so they tend to do some unkind things. So I feel like if you're in a thing and you sense any of that going on around you, to simply remove yourself. And with the 5 of Swords too, yeah, Swords is just heavily laden. It's all about thinking. And the people that are observing you and the people that are your crush, your soulmate, all that, they love that you put thought into things. Of course, they like that you're physically attractive to them. It's very attractive. I feel like they really, that's so funny with the leg. I feel like they really do like your legs. It's funny, your legs and your hair. I see very thick, nice hair, and I feel like they love that. And it's a huge turn on for them, especially when you turn on the quick wit, like something goofy happens and you just shut that down, And all these swords, you have all these ideas. They just like that. They like the physical, yes, but they are super into your brain, and they feel like they can just banter with you back and forth, and you talk about crazy shows and stuff like that, and they are totally into it. So that is that. That's a nice thing to be attracted to too. I am too. I like very witty men. I would take, you don't have to be a physicist, because I've been around those. They can be very socially awkward because their brain is so heavily ingesting facts and numbers and all of those things. And I remember once being in a lab with a physicist, and he's like, "Oh, Melanie, tonight we're doing nickel chloride calibrations, and we're going to do this and that and that." And I'm not numeric, and a lot of things are super specific measurements. You can't guess like in baking, because you can blow the whole mother thing I almost blew up University of Virginia trying to get tricky. So you, it's one of those things. People are giving gifts, and sometimes it's not completely well-rounded because your brain is trying to absorb so much knowledge. And I never take myself that seriously, even when I can ingest some really pungent things, and pull them out, and I forget that I know them, but I don't go around, even though I'm wearing a watch, telling everybody what time it is until it's necessary, because I don't find that one of the attractive things in someone that they can remember facts. I remember that they're kind. I remember that they're loving, that they're honest, they have integrity, they're coming from a good place. That's what I find attractive. And this is what this person finds attractive about you, that you offer your ideas, you offer your heart, you offer help, assistance. I feel like if somebody's like, hey, I'm moving, you're like, yeah, man, I'm your guy, I'm your girl, and you're helping. Somebody needs advice or an ear because they're not feeling well. You're like, yeah, tell me what's going on. You know what I mean? You're caring, and that person that's observing you or with you finds that a huge turn on. They are absolutely delighted by the fact that you are available to other people and that you truly care about them. And also, I feel you are very pulled together in your appearance. You like to, you have a little bit of flourish, you have swag, and you have your own personal style. You care. Going out into the world in sweatpants every day is not a good reflection. If everybody did that, where would be the style and all that? So I feel like you're very stylish. And yeah, with your sword, you're a thinker, you're deep thinking, but you need a rest. The swords, this is the card of needing rest and a respite. I feel like when you're taking on a lot, and they find that admirable, the fact that you're willing to carry other people's burdens, but you do need a rest from that. And they're going to be helpful to you in that and remind you of that, because that's they find you so attractive, and they just want what's best for you. So that is lovely. Double check. It would be so funny if I just turned my phone off for some reason. I would be like, I can't take it. Oh, wow. Oh, so yeah, it's all about vulnerability with this. Yeah, your significant other, I feel like people are looking, I feel like these are secret admirers looking at you, and they find your vulnerability, because this is about, some heart tragedy, loss, usually a broken heart over something. You're just really run down emotionally, and it's taken its toll. And that person finds your vulnerability in the fact that you're willing to share. And I see like big puppy dog eyes, brown big eyes that are very expressive, and they show sadness and they show love in that, and they find that so much like an aphrodisiac, because it is true in the scheme of things, especially if this is a man observing a woman. He always wants to be of help and service. When a man feels useless, he doesn't feel sexy, he doesn't feel attracted. In this instance, he feels like he is your helpmate, he is your shoulder to cry on, he's your buffer, and it makes him super attracted to you, and you in turn him, because he is helping you, and vice versa. People, 9 times out of 10, you ask them for help, they instantly like you. They've done lots of studies in this. You make them feel useful, you make them feel they have a skill set you haven't acquired yet, or you haven't mastered yet, whether it's through a computer or whatever. They like that. They like that you put your faith in them. So that's amazing. And then Page of Wands. And this is, the page bringing news and stuff. They like that you'll share your emotions, that you will talk to them if things are right or wrong, and that it always comes from a very authentic place, and that you're very balanced. I see you as someone who, you're very natural. I feel like you like to just go out and walk dogs and be with animals, and you love trees. You're excited about fall. I get this excitement about fall, and that it's a very romantic time. You know what I mean? Everything, the change of the color of the leaves where I live over in New England is very beautiful. And I have a subscriber from Germany right now. It is deep in their autumn where their stuff is. And it's very cathartic. I feel like you're unloading shit that doesn't work for you. You're like, no, I have no time for any detractors, naysayers, gossips, idiots, low vibrational people that take away. I feel like you're just like, onward and upward. I don't need this. And the people around you find that very attractive. You know what I mean? And just your big expressive eyes. I see huge expressive eyes. They love your eyes. And I feel like for sure. I feel like you also have very nice hands for some reason. You got nice hands. Thank you. Okay, so that's our first group, and then here's your second choice. And this is going to be what they find attractive to you. And these are these great, I love these sexual healing cards. And I'm going to read right from this that tells you what they say, because this is number 4 if you chose that. Because the The snippets are so just on point. I love it. So Knight of Pentacles. Oh, look, he's offering her fruit. Oh, that's lovely. And then we also have the Four of Cups. So yeah, that's great. I love that. I love any of the Cups and Pentacles. So this is the Knight. Yeah, and the Knight is always about, generosity. So this is saying the magic of the green lemon, which I think would be a lime in real life. No? What? Waiting allows the desired fruit to ripen, while haste makes every chalice bitter. So we had this in another reading. I feel like this person likes a little modesty and for you to hold back a little bit. I feel like he doesn't need the Kardashian effect, with everything out there, all your assets on display constantly. He likes the way you dress. And vice versa, that you dressed a little modestly, and there's always some little elegant flair, like you have a leg visible or a little bit of chest, but you don't have everything God has ever given you out there on a platter. In fact, a lot of people find that a huge turnoff. There's no mystery, there's no anything. So he really likes that about you, that you have that modesty, and vice versa, because if people are vulgar, it sends a message. It really does, and it's almost indescribable. I can't say. Just say you're shopping in a supermarket and you see someone like bend over in Daisy Dukes that are ridiculously short. Your first thing is like, ew, right? I mean, even if guys are ogling, I have to say this one thing. Where I worked with these phenomenal people, and I love them, and they were from all over the world, and they were from China, and they were from Vietnam, and he was also another from where is it? And I love it. I love this place too. It's like the Casbah and that whole thing, like Marrakesh, yeah. And there were these young girls that came in with Daisy Dukes, and they were bending over, getting some stuff. And I heard them laughing. And then I heard one of them going, "Oh my God, we're going to jail," in his funny accent. And I burst out laughing because I knew what they were talking about. Because of course, if stuff's on display, they're going to look. But it's a very, that look that comes out of their eyes is very like, women, especially, it's funny, Middle Eastern men, because they don't like that. And it's like ew. It's not when you're trying to wear stuff to stay cool or look sexy. It's just overtly and stuff. And yeah, he just thinks that your humbleness about stuff, and you don't have overt sexiness, but you have a very quiet appeal, and he or she really likes that about you. And then the chalices is habit, the magic of scissors, the magnet, and the coin. That's funny. I get that in every reading. It's crazy. Immobility, habit, and indifference caused by routine must be fought, for sure. Because look, that's magnetism, that's money, and that's cutting through old ways. And basically what that is you don't just go through the motions and do the same thing every day. It creates a very stale atmosphere. It's that thing of you have very low energy towards something, and who wants to be received with a, oh, hi, when someone comes through the door, they're like, oh my God, you're home, yay. You know what I mean? And you don't do the same thing. You spice it up, whether it's through, really cool clothes, little lingerie, stuff like that, some flowers. Yeah, you have to show genuine interest and come from a different place to have things be, spontaneous. Yeah, people love spontaneity. And I tell you, it's anybody who's been engaged in that process of somebody that's like, okay, Tuesday night we're doing this, and it's going to be missionary, it's going to be great. You're like, oh my God, where's the nearest cliff so I can dive right off it? You've seen that in friends, relationships, or in films or whatever. You just cringe, right? Because that takes any of the spontaneity out of it. And sometimes something just looks super sexy to you, like you can't believe it. Like somebody is doing something that's physical, and it's like they just have a part of their body that you like or whatever, and you're focused on that, whatever. It's weird what wells desire. It's very odd. Sometimes it's just really thick, shiny hair. Sometimes I like laughter. Like when people are laughing, they're very relaxed and authentic. That's super sexy. And yeah, that's what is happening here. What are they getting up to? They're getting up to the Eight of Swords, and she's taking a bath with her naked buns. I'm in such a good mood. I'm so happy when I'm doing life coaching things and stuff, and I'm doing the videos for that, or I'm teaching tarot and sending them stuff. I just had the best time, but I swear my cats are always crazy. They have to get involved. They love this. That's what it is. There's something about this fabric with the sun on it. They're attracted to it. But also winter, I call her Tarot Cat now because she's obsessed with the tarot cards. She has to lay on them and be around them. Like, I believe they generate some energy she digs. Plus, she always sees me with them, and she just loves me to death. So she's like, if the tarot cards are near her, I can be near her. It's very cute, and plus probably my sense on it. She loves it. Okay, so the night is about modesty, the magic of the red candle. Oh, he's got a red candle. Oh, so it's funny, another modesty. Is awareness of oneself and sexuality born of shame or discretion. Without encounters with others, you cannot find yourself. Like, see, she's hiding. A lot of people, what they like about you, and this encompasses with this particular card, is that they find you modest, but they also like when you come out of your shell, because if you're too pulled back and people have to constantly guess, they like when you're assertive a little bit, or you are the one to initiate something, you know what I mean? You just lean over and kiss them. They love that. They love that spontaneous one-on-one connection when you just grab their hand. So I see a lot of you like rubbing someone's arm, like their upper arm in the back of their neck. I picture that, and I picture who's ever doing that the person that you're doing it to loves that, and it drives them wild. They don't say it necessarily, but it does. They love the back of their neck rubbed, and they love their arm rubbed. That connection, it's very simple, it's very basic, but it's very alluring to them, and they like it. So let's see what's going on with these two. They're already having a good time. Scratching, magic of the green cloth. Where's the green cloth? This whole thing. Well, I haven't had this one yet. Green frees sensuality and allows the body to guide the spirit before the mind can guide the body. You cannot teach the flesh if it is not willing to learn from you. Oh, absolutely. So it's just your God-given natural response to something. You know what I mean? How before your head can convolute it, it's like that 5-second rule of that really great speaker, where if you just think, oh my gosh, I want to go for a walk in the rain, you just get up before you can talk yourself out of it, and you head for the door. You're already in movement before that 5 seconds can talk you out of it. And because you're engaging in the physical movement towards it, your brain hasn't shut it down or talked you out of it. So that's exactly what it is. It's natural instinct. Like, will you just reach out for them because you're like, oh my God, you're so sexy, I have to hug you or kiss you or whatever. Like that quick response. And you'll see it in films too, where somebody comes face to face and they just lean in and kiss. It is a driven response. It is a natural response. It's not thought of. It's just well sprung from your emotion and your heart. It's just that, and they love that. They love when you do those, you initiate those. Just I can't stop myself. I have to hug you or squeeze you or love you or sit on your lap or whatever you do. They love that. So whatever that contact is that you're initiating with them, they adore that. So that is wonderful. If you're doing that, keep on doing that, because they dig it. They find that utterly so sexy and charming. And a lot of people do. And they hold back from physical contact because they feel a little guarded, or like, oh my God, they're going to think I'm so handsy or I'm all over them, that type of thing. And, no, they like it. And how nice does it make you feel that someone can't keep their hands off you and they always want to hug you and touch you? But that being said, I turn a little crazy on my husband because he's always like, gimme, rub my arm, rub everything, touch everything. And I'm always like, oh my God, I need my personal space. And I think, how lucky am I, after being married 25 years, that he's always trying to get with me and touch me and snuggle me and all those things. Because some people, they grow disinterested with each other. So I'm very fortunate. But again, there's boundaries in everything, where everybody needs their space, but it's all about education and communication 100%. So let's see what these sexy buggers are getting up to right here. This is Pentacles. So the 4 is about pleasure, the magic of the fan. Pleasure is like hot coals. It does not flame, yet it burns. Oh, that's nice. So yeah, it's just the burning embers. You know what I mean? It's all about the pleasure. So taking your time and savoring all those little things. Like, you ever have somebody just kiss your hand and kiss each finger? Those little things that have super sensitive areas you don't even know you have. Like, usually it's like right behind your ear and your back of your neck. It's all those places too that are like pulse points that cool you down when you're hot too. They're very sensitive. And it's so nice when you quiet your mind and you're reflective and you're just going off complete feeling. You're not thinking about anything. You're sure as hell not looking at a phone or a device, because you're in the moment. That's lovely. Oh my God. So he loves that about you, and she loves that about you. So people see you enjoying pleasure. They see you enjoying your food, which is very connected to that. You know what I mean? It's a very sensuous activity. So I feel like your mate really likes to see you eating and taking pleasure out of food. And also if you're getting a back rub, you just like love physical contact like that. They love that. And also when you touch them and vice versa, that you really, really enjoy it. I mean, who doesn't like that? I mean, wouldn't you feel bad if you reach for someone and they kind of repelled away from you? For sure. So, yeah, you'd rather attract than, disgust someone, I guess is your word. Like, do you find this person disgusting? I certainly do. I'm funny because although it takes a lot to attract me on that thing, like, I do not like arrogant people. So I feel like when people are super highly arrogant, which happens if somebody is extremely good looking or they have, a normal thing that people find very attractive, like a lot of money, like a lot of power, things like that. That actually works the opposite for me, because I find when people start to act entitled or they start to swag around, like I hate swagger in a man or a woman. A woman, it's just, I equate that to bitchiness or something like that, where people just think they're all that. I like humbleness. I like people that, or even a little insecure, because it means they're learning and they don't think they are the end all be all. You know what I mean? And I love that. Yeah, I could do without the people that just think they're all that. And the High Priestess, I'm trying to find her on this because I haven't had her yet. And the way that they phrase these is just perfect, what each thing means. Oh, here it is over on this side. Okay, so the High Priestess is about waiting, the magic formulary. Everything is ready, written in the book of destiny. The magic procedure requires knowledge and patience while waiting for a change within you. Very nice. Yeah, so I feel like the person that's attracted to you, they are attracted to actually your patience and you trying to learn things. I feel like you're always trying to learn things and you're Googling things and you're trying to acquire knowledge of things. And yeah, you're not in any rush. You're here to enjoy life and life's experiences. And it's kind of a higher realm, you know what I mean? You're not completely, it's not animalistic and you're not this and that. You're enjoying all five senses with this, and especially your brain, because everything is engaged at once, and they love that because I feel like you pull that out of them. When you're talking to them, I feel like they don't really want to pay attention to anybody else that's on the whole planet, that you are it, that because you have got the perfect formula, and because you're vibrating very high, and it's all about just communicating with them in every way, physically, mental, emotional. They love that so much, and they just think that is well-rounded and beautiful, and they are completely attracted to that. So if you chose that, that is amazing, you guys. I am so psyched for everybody. So again, remember that is the combination of your two numbers. And I hope this resonated with you guys. And please, if it did, remember to like and subscribe and comment. I answer comments almost right away and thank you for them. And I listen to people's great ideas that they have. And I really like interacting with you guys, because that's why I'm here. I want to, connect and see what's going on and communicate stuff. And that's sort of, that's my whole bag of tricks anyway. Is I'm a communicator, and I like to bring information to people in certain ways where they can use it, because everybody has skill sets, but a lot are latent, dormant, or people don't have the faith quite yet in themselves, so they basically need a life coach to guide them. I had to undergo a lot of trials and tribulations, so I realized, oh my God, life is so rare, and it really is. A million people don't wake up every day because they die. That means 10 people don't have relatives they had. If I wake up and I have that, guess what? I know my mortality. I know I might not be able to do that when I'm 60, 70, or 80. So I'm friggin' doing it today. And that's it. Whether it comes to, getting that person you love, getting that job you love, taking it easy, going on that trip, just know that we're here and we are deserving beings, and everybody needs love and affection. And I hope you guys get all that you want. That's it. And if you ever need any more information, you can just go to the link below, and I can do private reads, any of those things, because relationships do get complicated. But just remember, the most attractive thing people find is when you are your authentic self. They need that. They know where they stand with that, and you can only build from there. So you guys are awesome. Thanks again for all your freaking awesome comments. I love it, and I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.